Hello, hello everyone, welcome. This is our November page for Gnome Sweet Gnome by Teresa Goodridge. So if you are new here, we are doing hashtag Finish Gnome Sweet Gnome with Ashley. You color any page, anytime. The goal is just to motivate people to help them finish a book. And so we picked this one to work through together. Now we are officially at our 1-year mark of working on this book together. We started last November and I am so excited and so thankful for all of you that are still with me, still trucking along, still working on your book. All the nice comments, positive feedback. I know I'm a little behind on a couple of my own pages as well, but I will have a kind of halfway, not really halfway because we're only 12 pages, but just like a year update. This is the pages we've done, where we're at, what mine look like kind of thing coming up. I just haven't had time to get it all put together. So this is going to be a lovely blending video. We are going to blend some pencils on the mushroom and we are going to blend some markers for the background. So if you are interested in blending or just curious how I do it to get the effects I do, this will be a great video for you to watch. I am going to host a giveaway as well, so if you are interested in winning a prize of some kind, open to everyone, everywhere, I need you to comment down below how many pages out of this book you have colored. Does not have to be with me. You could have done them on your own. Just a nice, easy way to kind of get a heads up and some interaction. So comment down below how many pages you have done out of this book. The only requirement I ask is that you have a Facebook, an Instagram, or an email where I can contact you if you've won, so that I can arrange to get you a prize. And yeah, so let's get started here. So for this page, I pulled some Prismacolors. You don't have to use Prismacolors. I do advise that you watch how I do this before you do it in case you don't like how it turns out. But I would like to do a nice, bright, vibrant mushroom here for my party page. I'm going to start with Crimson Red, and I'm going to start down here in the corner. So at the moment, I'm just kind of plotting and playing. So I'm not going to come in too dark or too heavy. I'm going to get a nice amount of red down here. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm going to want to put down a little more color than I want. So if I want my red to stop about right here and this be red, I'm going to come out a little further so I can have a transition space. This will help me transition my red to my orange. So, oh, I guess I should tell you my colors. I'm sorry. That was Crimson Red. This is Poppy Red, and I use Poppy Red because it's an orangey red, so that's how we're getting them transition colors. And again, I'm going over my red, which is why we left a little extra. Okay. I'm going to grab yellowed orange. And I'm not really doing a pattern or a theme or anything specific. I'm just kind of bringing the colors out how I see fit. I also want to get some orange up here so that these aren't left out or looking weird at all. And again, I'm going to come back and blend these better. I just want to make sure everything is looking right before I do. Coming in with some canary yellow. A nice big yellow spot here. Now once you see how this effect is starting to come out, you can kind of play with it and how you want your mushroom to look. If you want to use 3 colors, 4 colors, rainbow it out, you know, smaller sections, bigger sections, totally up to you, whatever works for you. I got a little red right here in the middle of my yellow, of course. And it broke my pencil sharpener right before this video. Oh my goodness, I'm so sad. I'm hoping I can fix it, but I went ahead and did my video first so that I could tear my pencil sharpener apart and it wouldn't make a mess. But yeah, I tried to sharpen this blue pencil. This is an old Prismacolor from like way back in the day when I was in high school. And the tip broke off and wedged in there perfect, so I'm gonna have to dig it out. But this does work. You don't necessarily need a fine tip, but some of these smaller areas, it is a little more helpful. Okay, so just following my colors kind of around here. Now I am trying to keep things blended as much as we can. Of course, this orange over here, this is Spanish orange. This is just kind of blending these colors together a little so I can judge how big my yellow spot is here is all I'm trying to do at the moment. Okay. And that's what I'm saying, watch before you do this, because this, not everybody loves this. So. Okay, then we're gonna take a light aqua, so that was canary yellow, and then I pulled chartreuse, and we're trying to get to blue, so I'm gonna add a little light aqua here, because we're transitioning from green to blue, and aqua is perfect for that. Okay, so I'm gonna bring a little out up here as well. And this is the hardest part of this whole technique, is just kind of getting colors where they go. Probably should have put a little green here so it looked like we were blending, but I can come back and add a little. Okay, and then that blue, so this is true blue. And again, mine, I think this one looks a little darker than the newer Prismacolors, but that might just be me. Now, I am not going all the way through the rainbow. I am going to stop at blues, because that way I can come back and I can do these flags kind of like pink and purple, and they're not going to blend into my mushroom because I have all the colors on there. So that is why I'm doing that. Normally I would go all the way through pinks and stuff, but I need a color for my party time and everything. Okay, so now we're kind of gonna go back over. This is that chartreuse, and I'm going over that aqua I put down. Turning that a little. In the bigger sections, I'll come back and get them all blended out, but for now I'm just kind of plotting out colors. I'm gonna add a little aqua over here so we can see the color changing. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I can't turn my phone off. I have so many things going, doctors calling, schools calling, things like that, so I can't turn my phone off. So I apologize for the dinging in the background. I did turn down my volume, so hopefully that will be less of a distraction. And I'll kind of talk a little bit more about that as I get through this here. So I'm kind of gonna work backwards now, and I'm going to bring my red in first. I'm gonna start red down here. And the goal is just to kind of have everything meet and be, you know, we don't want to jump red. We want to make sure we got our orange, yellow, green heading up to this blue. We don't want our blue section to be too big and take away from our bright section here. So it's just the hardest part about, you know, doing a rainbow or something like this tie-dye rainbow effect is just kind of keeping the balance. So for those of you that have been with me will know my son had an 8mm kidney stone, and on the 1st we went out of town to have surgery to have the kidney stone removed. Well, they couldn't quite get it, so they put a stent in and they sent him home. And I'm not sure if it was just too much pain or if we didn't have right meds, not sure, but Saturday, he ended up riding the ambulance over to the hospital. He was puking, he passed out on me, he was shaking, all the fun things. This is yellowed orange. Yellowed orange is a little darker than Spanish orange to blend with that poppy red. So he went to the hospital, they got his pain under control, they switched his meds, they sent him home. He did okay for a couple days, and then Tuesday night, Wednesday, one of those right in there somewhere, we landed back at the hospital. Then we were in a toss-up because narcotics are highly guarded, which understandable, but then we were having trouble getting meds, getting in contact with doctors, things like that. So I think we are finally on the right track. He is healing, hoping. Pain is staying down, which is progress. Always good to have progress. I'm going to bring my yellow up a little more, actually. But yeah, it just kind of delayed things a little. And then the school was telling me that there's a 10-day drop if he didn't make it back to school, and he was gone 10 consecutive days. They drop him from his classes. So then I had to kind of navigate that whole, it's just been a deal. Like, on top of the stent itself, it's been a deal. Okay, deciding how I want to go about my blue here. I don't want this whole section right here to be blue because I feel like that's really going to kind of draw your eye right there, and I am not looking forward to that. So, let's see. I'm going to bring... Let me think here. Okay. So I'm kind of making a little loop where our orange and reds are going to be brought down so that these aren't so... And I will come back and blend this section a little better. Again, just kind of plotting colors, so hang with me. So I'm going to bring in that yellow now over our green. And what we're trying to do is get back to our orange and red up here toward the top. And if you want to start at the top and work down, you can do that too. Yeah, so now things are getting quiet. Everybody's healing. The other kid's at school. He's sleeping. So I was like, I figured I better get my video up. I did warn everybody it was going to be late just because it did happen on the 1st, and I kind of knew that would be pushing it. But I think we're winning now. As long as he has a good weekend, we're going to try school on Monday so that he doesn't get dropped. So yeah, so I appreciate everyone's patience. If anyone has ever had a kidney stone or a kidney stent, how you dealt with your stent and your pain would be advice super appreciated, because that poor kid is struggling. It hurts so bad. I've had to take him twice just to the ER just to give him a dose of pain med there so that I could bring him home and give him one here, and that would, be enough to cover the pain. He will have his stent until the 22nd, so we are still battling this for a couple more weeks. I'm hoping the pain will subside more and it won't be as big of deal, but yeah, that stent is apparently a really painful procedure and recovery. So okay, I'm gonna bring this orange down just a little more because I feel like I got a bunch of yellow right here, and I'm just trying to break that up a little. I'm just going to bring some orange down a little further in a couple spots, and maybe bring my red out a little further here. And that way it will balance out. So we're leaving fuzzy edges when we blend our colors like this, and we're using colors that are close to each other. We are not hopping straight from red to yellow. We are using red, we are using orange red, we are using yellow orange, and then yellow. We are really using those to get those nice gradient effects that we're looking for. Okay, so now that we got it all planned out and we're liking how it's looking, we're going to come back and we're going to start blending out. And I'm going to start right here because I know this is the spot that's catching everybody's eye. It's kind of the ugly spot in my picture at the moment. So I'm going to come in circular motions and just kind of smooth that out. Okay, and I'm going to bring it back in my true blue and darken my blue now that I know where it's at and where I want it. And this is actually the only spot blue ended up landing. I am not trying to make that dark right there though. So once I get my mushroom all blended up here, we will hop to the background and I will show you how I'm going to get my background all blended out. Get rid of this ugly line right here on my mushroom that I know is catching everybody's eye. And then of course my white dots, I think I'm going to leave them white. I haven't fully decided. But I think I'm going to leave them white, and I will come back with like a white paint pen and kind of outline them and put the white dot in so that it looks, You can't see the black lines. So this is my Scarlet Lake, sorry, my darkest red. Okay, I'm gonna turn it just a little. Hopefully I don't make anybody dizzy. I'm a lefty trying to get in all these little spaces here on this side. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of play with it a little where I see fit. And this is a lot of kind of going back and playing and adjusting. Well, I guess for me anyway, because it drives my OCD crazy. Alright. I think that's looking pretty good. I got a couple rough spots, and I really need my pencil sharpener to not be broken so I can fix them. But canary yellow, and I'm just kind of going over all of it. Over the orange, over the green, over all of it. And the circular motions, I am pressing kind of hard, but that might be more because I'm anxious today than actually needing to press hard. I am normally a heavy-handed person, so do be aware of that. If you follow my color alongs and things, a lot of this deep saturation and color vibrancy is because I am heavy-handed. I press hard, even on a good day, and I do try to be aware of it, but some days I'm like, oh, I must be having a day because I am really really pressing on that pencil today. Okay, I'm going to get our orange all blended up over here. Come back with that nice poppy red and get all the white out over here. Kind of easing that out so it looks like a nice blend. Alright, so I will come back and kind of get that finished up and play with it some more, but that is my mushroom to start with. I am pretty happy with it. I think he turned out well. So let me grab a blotter sheet because I forgot, and let's play with some alcohol markers. Actually, I'm going to double up blotter sheets, and I will tell you why. When I'm blending with alcohol markers, it takes a lot more layers. And so sometimes the ink will still go through one sheet of paper, so I'm going to play it safe. And use two. Obviously, we probably don't have the same markers. I'm going to mix my Teo trees with a Bic marker because I really like this color combination. So if I don't have Ohuhus or anything like that, they may not have that problem, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. I'm going to turn this paper this way because it's a little crinkled. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my darkest, which is 73 Teo tree, and I'm just going to outline my image. Now, I do know that these look like stones or something, and maybe they're supposed to be outside, and if you want to put something nice, you know, background scene in there, go for it. But I am just trying to keep the... And actually, I think my markers are backwards. Let me double check this real quick. This one is a little darker. So I'm going to use 82 first. The lids tricked me. Now, markers are going to work a lot like our mushroom. We want to pick markers that are close together. We're not trying to blend purple with reds or anything like that. We want to stick, you know, gradients, purple to light purple to pink or what have you, whatever direction you're going. But picking markers that are close in color, transitioning, will really help the blending part of things. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle. They're trying to go right from dark purple to light purple to, you know, other colors without those transitions. So I picked purple also because I didn't use it in my mushroom. So it's a nice dark color because, you know, black would make this pop like crazy, but I don't really want a black background on here. I want it to still kind of be colorful. So purple is a nice dark color that I didn't use. I do want to put my background in now. That way I know when I'm coloring the rest of the page that where my purple will be, and make sure nothing gets lost. So up to you how far you want to bring it out. I am going to bring it out just a little further because, again, same with the pencil, when I start blending I'm going to lose some of the dark. So if I bring it out a little bit, that gives me just a little bit more to work with. You want to kind of eyeball it. They don't have to be exactly perfect, but we do kind of want to eyeball it so that when we're done it doesn't look off. So just bringing that out a touch. Okay, and then I'm going to bring my top in just a little more. I am not worried about the little confetti dots. I tried to dodge the stars, but the little confetti dots, I'm going to come back with some glitter and probably sparkle pens and silver metallic, things like that. So I'm not too worried about covering those because I will bring them back anyway. Okay, 73 is my next color. And I'm going right over the dark and then bringing it out a little. Now, if I were not going over the dark with this and just bringing it out, I would want to do it in smaller sections, because once your marker dries, that's where you start getting the streaks and the lines and the not so great blends. But because I'm going right over the top of that other color, they're going to blend. And same with my light. I will bring it right over the top of both of these colors. I really do like this purple with the color scheme of my mushroom, though. And it was a happy accident. I was gonna do black, and then I was like, I've been feeling some pink and purples. I really wanted to do some pink pumpkins in October, and I think I might still do some, maybe for Kate's coloring along in Witch's Cottage, I might do some pink pumpkins. I'm gonna bring this out a little further just because it looks like this side I did bring it out a little further in a couple spots. You can tell I'm not worried about the exact straight lines. Again, we're going to blend it all out. So, okay, this is a Bic. It's called Polynesian Purple. I haven't actually bought a set of Bics in a long time because their price went up. They used to be like $12. Now they're like $17. And I was like, whoa. And we're going to go right over the top of everything. Circular motions to get rid of the lines. And I will pause and finish this so you don't have to watch me tackle this whole background. But right where the lines connect, circular motions, repeated strokes. And then of course you won't really be able to see how great you blended till it dries a little, but we can always come back and touch it up with some pencils as well if it gets streaky. I think the hardest part about this page is making sure I'm coloring the background and not a mushroom or a leaf or a bow here. Oh, and trying to stay in the lines, apparently. Apparently I'm going to struggle with that a little today. Okay, and I'm thinking that's all mushroom there, so I'm going to come over to this side and do the same thing. So repeated strokes up and down the dark and kind of circular motions bringing it outwards. And you can see there where I got a little wild. I'll come back and fix that spot. But this will hide it pretty good too. If I need to, I can come back and change this ground color. But I'm thinking I really like the purple, so I might just rock the purple background. Again, I have gold paint pens for the stars, so I'm not going to worry about dodging them too much. The more I try to dodge the stars and lift up my marker, the more streaks I'm going to create. And then I will quickly show you, this is why we double up on the paper, because the amount of times I go over to blend my colors together does kind of soak through this paper fairly well. Alright, so we tackled quite a bit in this video. I'm going to go ahead and leave this video here, so that way anybody that wants to see the blending part can watch the blending part. I will come back and kind of touch this up some more with some pencils and colors and things as it dries and I see where I don't like it so much. And if I touch it up with pencils, I will wait and do it on the next video. There will be a part 2. But that way, whoever wants to just watch the blending part doesn't have to watch my whole color along. They can just pop in and watch this little blending. Alright. So, questions, comments, requests, anything like that, please let me know. If you'd like to see more marker videos, let me know. I did start out as a marker girl, and then I ventured to pencils. So I don't have... I'm kind of backwards, because everybody started with pencils, and now with the new cozy books and the large draw books, it seems like everybody went to markers. But I can definitely do more marker videos. They might be a little late coming out. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, hopefully this weekend everything will kind of take a turn and we'll be on track and healing up. So I'm going to leave that like that for now. Oh, I'm loving it. I think it looks great. Alright, questions, comments, requests, anything like that, let me know. I hope to see you for part 2. Again, if you would like to be entered to win a little gift for the channel for supporting me through this color along in the last year, drop me a comment down below and let me know how many Gnome Sweet Gnome pages you have completed. And I hope to see you next video.